This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar. Started my digital inspection at 1299 Silverado out here in Eastlake. On top of a concrete tile roof. This is an S-tile, concrete S-tile roof. We got a bunch of leaks coming from this area, so I did a full inspection on the roof, and I want to point a few things out for this homeowner. I came back over on this section. I noticed that there was a bunch of staining underneath the stucco, underneath this walkway. You'll see we got a bunch of broken tiles over here that have been exposing this underlayment for quite some time, allowing water to get underneath it. So you can see how weak that underlayment is, how it's really kind of starting to disintegrate. It's been exposed to the elements for a while now. Well, that water's getting stuck right here, and it's making its way underneath this area of the roof. So the roof is definitely leaking on this section. I'm gonna go ahead and continue over here. So I wanna point a few things out for this particular homeowner. We got about 21 solar panels that are on this roof. Right off the bat, came up, we see a cracked tile right here. So again, cracked tile, that's allowing a whole bunch of water to get underneath, and you can see how damaged all that underlayment is. This stuff is literally just crumbling in my fingertips. And so when that underlayment gets to be at this point, that is a telltale sign. Obviously that's gone well past its life expectancy. You can see how rusted out those nail caps are. And this has been exposed to the elements for a while. Now, there's a common misconception that, you can see how it's just really just coming apart. I'm gonna go ahead and put this tile back when I'm done. There's a common misconception that the tile is what's protecting this house, when in reality it's the paper that's underneath it that's protecting the home. So again, here was another tile. This one was slipped down and it exposed these nail holes, and you can see all the water that's been coming down this section, but then you can also see how this underlayment is completely disintegrated right where this bracket is. So now whenever it rains, that water is getting underneath the underlayment where it's cracked, getting underneath that and running all the way down the roof. So again, I'll go ahead and put this back for the homeowner as well. But we got a bunch of areas on this roof that are starting to fail. So it is not a surprise that the roof is leaking. You can see all these tiles along the chimney have slipped as well. All that underlayment is exposed. Water continues to get underneath that portion of the roof, and now it's running all the way down, damaging all the underlayment that is underneath this section, okay? Now, I'm gonna work over to this section of the roof that does not have solar on it, because I wanna show the homeowner what the overall condition of this underlayment is. Now we can see from this tile how much water has been getting underneath. These are all water streaks. You can see how smooth this underlayment is, how soft it is. Fresh underlayment, good underlayment, is gonna be very thick, very coarse, gritty, very granular to the touch. And this product is none of that. I can continue working over to the other side. Again, wanna give the homeowner an idea of what the entire roof looks like. And same thing over here. You can see how rusted out those nail caps are. You can see how brittle this material is. Stuff is just crumbling right now. Very soft, very smooth, and you can see all the watermarks that I'm getting down it. We've got some cracked tiles over here. Now this cracked tile is a concern, especially being right next to this valley, because now what's happening is you can see that all that underlayment has been disintegrated. Now that water is getting underneath this valley metal, and it's getting stuck with nowhere to go. And whenever water gets stuck with nowhere to go, it wreaks havoc on the property itself. You'll also notice just how tight these valleys are, and you'll notice how a lot of these tiles have broken. So when we redo this roof, what we want to do is open these valleys up. We want to allow for water and debris to flow freely off the roof the way that it should. So based off of what I'm seeing, as far as the repair goes, this entire roof plane is leaking. So we're gonna have to remove all these solar panels and redo all the paper from this roof plane. The other option obviously is for the homeowner to go ahead and replace the roof. Now, I would imagine this roof is around 30 years old or so. The majority of these homes are around that age. Typical roofs like this are gonna last 25 to 30 years, depending on how well the roof was built, and also depending on how well the roof is doing as far as slip tiles go, cracked tiles, the amount of exposure that the underlayment has seen. And this particular roof is in pretty rough shape. It's had a lot of exposed underlayment for a very long time, and those leaks have been showing their face for a while as well. So I am going to recommend that they go ahead and replace this roof altogether. It is extremely important for any homeowner to be proactive when it comes to roof work, because roof work that is not taken care of initially ends up causing a lot more interior damage, and that's what they're going to be dealing with as well. We have a great painting and drywall crew that can help out with that portion. I'll talk to the homeowner about that. But as far as the new roof goes, what we're going to be doing is tearing this down all the way to the wood decking. Once we get to that point, we'll address any kind of bad wood that is underneath this roof. Bad wood's always that unknown variable. I'll have a conversation with the homeowner about that. And then we're going to replace this current underlayment with a titanium peel and stick underlayment. Now that is a self-adhesive product that goes directly to the wood decking. It's a synthetic product. It comes with a limited lifetime warranty. That's from the manufacturer. That's going to go along with our lifetime workmanship warranty that you're going to get from us. It's extremely important to have that warranty when it comes to the removal and reinstallation of the solar panels as well. Since we are the company that will be removing and installing these solar panels, then we will be responsible for any penetration on this roof also. Excuse me. Once all that underlayment is replaced, we'll reseal and reflash all these penetrations. At that point, we'll reinstall the tiles back on the roof, reinstall the solar panels, redo all the mortar caps along this roof as well. And now the homeowner will have a roof that they will no longer have to deal with for the foreseeable future. That is it for my inspection.